Yo, 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 yo. Let's see if this is actually on. Let me change this real quick. Yo, 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 yo. This fly is pissing me off. It's good, guys. Oh, yeah, I can just see chat like this. Bro, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. It's good, guys. Can you hear me all right? Can everybody hear me? Haven't streamed in a minute. We did it, Joe. Let's go. What up, Chris? What up, Babin? What up, Tyler? Phillips? John Phillips, what up, bro? Geo? Osiris? Stock Sauce? Kyle? What up, guys? Crystal clear. You can hear me crystal clear, Braveheart. Shout out you. Holy smokes. So, not bad for a piece of crap retailer, huh? My goodness. Honestly, I just want to stand up. Oh, stretch my legs a little bit. This is dope. Just want to make sure the stream's coming through cool. Holy. All right, we got 150 people in here. We just started the stream. Shout out you guys for popping in. We just had a crazy earnings, I'm not gonna lie. So I just want you guys to know, for everybody hopping in right now, tits are so jacked. Dance a jig. Yo, I don't know how to dance. What do you want? What do you want from me? Hey, from England. What up, EP? Hulkster. All right, we got 156 people in the chat. Holding 3K shares, AMC 460. Nice, bro. So I'm sure you guys are all hopping in because you know what's going on. GameStop just announced some crazy shit. All right, and apologies on swearing, but when you find out what's going on, you think the same thing. Let me see here. Just sending a link to Discord real quick. Henry, what up, bro? Kyle Weeks. I'm a dog and I bought calls. Facts. Dividends, baby. Diamond Hands, shout out Chad. What up, Cal Waters? Jay, what up, bro? From North Wales. What up, John? Oh my god. Just sold my 4th child for dry powder. My goodness. If it breaks the Bollinger Band, right? Man, I'm so tired. I thought this would be done today and it was squeezed, but I guess I was wrong. I'm tired of it. Shout out Ernest Green. We're all tired, man. We are all tired. But it's about the journey. It is about the journey. All right, so we got about 230 people in here. We've been live for like 5 minutes. I'm just trying to let the chat fill up. I honestly, guys, I haven't, bro. I got kicked out a channel for saying AMC. What channel? Anyway, guys, I haven't streamed in a while, so I'm just gonna put this out there. I don't know, like I don't remember or know how many people I'm gonna get in the chat. So far we're around 237, 250, right? Well, that's at least what it's updated at right now. 5 minutes, 237 people in here. I appreciate all the support and everyone jumping in. We're all seeing GameStop is up only 1.6% after hours, but we did see a nice volume candle. A volume candle we haven't seen since, I mean, even this one was smaller. The move in July from 23.15 to like 25. Very similar move right now. We need to get out of this dampened volatility range. But guys, what happened with the earnings? You guys all know what happened. First of all, GameStop smashed earnings. Okay, they made some money in their earnings, and this is all going to come out in a video that I'm going to upload. But like, I wanted to come live for you guys because I was originally saying that I was going to try and attempt to stream the earnings call. Dude, this gnat, like, has a fruit fly ever landed on your monitor? I'm going to smash my monitor because of a fruit fly. Like, my goodness. Anyway, I'm going to have a video soon on the whole earnings. What up, bro? Lotto actually live, nice. What up, David Mack? Yeah, it's been a while. That's what I was saying. This is what's crazy. What should we do with the dividend? I told him your channel is better. Yeah, you weren't wrong. I don't even know who you're talking about, but I appreciate it. So we got a beat on earnings, and everyone is hearing about the dividend. We got a GameStop announces dividend of warrants to shareholders. This is nuts. This is crazier than you think, right? We have sort of a strategy at hand here. And can I just announce something real quick? We see that at the bottom, Bitcoin's holdings were valued at 528.6 million at the close of the second quarter for GameStop. The close of the second quarter was June 30th. So beyond this price point is any GameStop gains they made off of Bitcoin. What happened since then? Well, you can see that Bitcoin's price went to 124K. So all of this whole side is completely uncharted. We don't know GameStop's profits, but we know their profits, and we know they're more than what they reported, and they reported a good earnings. So that's pretty cool too. What up, yo, Jason Webb? What up, bro? Edgar, Caravan, Crypto Key, Daniel, what up, guys? Here at Citadel, don't even say that. I'm about to block you. Raul, we got a member in the chat. This is okay. So these dividends are insane. Basically, you're gonna get one warrant. You're going to get one warrant for every 10 shares that you guys own. So if you own 100 shares, you're going to get 10 warrants. That is going to happen, I believe, October 7th. The company expects to distribute, pay attention, approximately 59 million warrants on or around Tuesday, October 7th. Now, this is where it gets interesting. There's a lot to unpack. I'm just going to state right now, I don't know everything. Okay, so I'm learning this with you guys. We have about 270 people in the chat. I'm learning with you guys, and there will be a video on the earnings call and the warrants when I understand more of it. But we're learning it together. Well, here's what we have, right? We have these warrants exercisable, and let's take a look. Let me find this. Each warrant will entitle the holder to purchase one share of common stock at an exercise price of $32 at any time following the distribution, yada, yada, yada. And the warrants expire on October 30th, 2026. So let's get something out of the way. Listen, If GameStop's price does not hit $32 by 2026, nothing happens, and it was a nothing burger. Let's clear that up. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but let's clear that up. You don't get money, you don't get paid out. Now, these warrants will be trading under a separate symbol. I'm not sure if I see it right here. I believe it's GMEWS or something like that. These are going to be trading under a different symbol. Don't get buying and selling the warrants, because they will be tradable, mixed up with exercising the warrants. Okay? Do not get that mixed up. Let me see. I'm just reading chat real quick. I appreciate all you guys hopping in here. So don't get mixed up exercising the warrants versus buying and selling warrants, because they are tradable. They will be tradable. Now, I want to take the other dynamics that we got into GameStop's price, and it was the convertible bond offerings. Now, we have rough stipulations in the convertible bonds. As many of you know, if you don't, if you're a new GameStop shareholder, they issued convertible bonds, but they're not. And keep in mind, they're convertible for cash or shares. That's something very key here. And there's this sort of trap that's set up, right? Anyway, in order to convert the bondholders, in order for them to convert to shares or cash, we have to be trading above 130% of the conversion price for, I believe, 20 to 30 trading days at minimum consecutively, which those prices for one of the offerings is $38.81. One price is about $29-ish, right? Somewhere around that range. Now we have the warrants. Now we have the warrants dead center, smack dab in the middle at $32 exercise price. Here's what a lot of people aren't pointing out to you. This is where I was reading it and I was like, oh, warrants, that's cool. This is probably gonna, here's what I thought initially, we're gonna get the bond hedging, then we're gonna get people exercising their warrants, and, it's gonna end up delta neutral. It's not really a sort of squeeze setup until I read further into the press release, the news release, right? And if you scroll down, holders of the company's convertible senior notes as of the record date will also receive warrants based on the same ratio in the manner determined by the respective governing indenture. Again, if I get something wrong on this live stream, please don't quote me on it. I will obviously come out and change anything on the video, but from what I know, this is real. This is telling you that the bond holders, the ones who hold these convertible bonds, now stick with me. When you buy these, when you are a holder of these convertible bonds, they have a way they hedge. They try to hedge and stay delta neutral. And they're hedging, the way they hedge is very complex. But that's why you're seeing kind of dampened volatility in GameStop's chart, the sideways moves. But now we just opened a door to volatility because of the warrants. Now, it's not like the stock's not going to move now. You would think, well, the stock's not going to move because retail buying in just means, very little to nothing happening, and we're never going to be able to exercise our warrants at $32, right? Keep in mind, this is non-dilutive, because that's just assuming that shareholders would execute or exercise their warrants and then sell. Where was I? The point being is that we're at $25 almost, right? We wicked up to $25 in after hours, and these, buddy, it's good, dog. So you wicked up to $25 or so after hours, right? But then you have the convertible bonds at 29 or so, and then you have the convertible bonds, the holders, at 38.81 or so, and then you have the warrants smack dab in the middle. And what happens here is the bondholders are saying, listen, we can't convert our bonds unless we trade above these prices for 20 to 30 trading days. But if we just hit 32, if we just hit it, if we just get to 32 or 32.01 or 32.02 or $33, we get these warrants that we can then exercise. And will they sell them? Well, possibly. Maybe it'll remain delta neutral, but it's actually going to likely cause buying pressure. There's going to be this wall. There's going to be this wall that forms, and it's going to form at each one of these levels once these levels get hit. Now, You might say lottery stocks, well, they're not going to let it come up to $29. This is where the dynamic gets even better. I hope nobody left. So we have even more people, 400 people here. And we started the stream, what, 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. This is where it gets fun. Not bad for a piece of crap retailer. We have shorts needing to deliver warrants to the ones who exercise the warrants. So why is this important? Well, if there is a single naked shorted share in the stock, they have to locate and convert that when somebody executes or somebody exercises their warrants, aka buying pressure, right? And that is like saying the convertible bondholders, all of these convertible bondholders exercising their warrants, right? All of these naked shorted shares have to be found. They have to be delivered. And that doesn't even go for retail. And that brings you here. Now, here's something I want to point out. When we got up near the 38.81 price, let me talk to you guys really quick. When we got up to that 38.81, here's how the delta hedging works. As you stair step to this level of these bonds, right, the delta hedging pressure increases. So, in other words, until you reach this level, there is a max amount of short pressure. Max amount of short pressure on the stock until you cross it. And if you cross it, then delta hedges flip and they move up. So we have now a method where bondholders also want to see the price at 32 bucks. But hey, wait a minute. The price at 32 bucks is likely gonna force buying, or at least keep the price up here for a little bit. Maybe shorts can try to keep it under 38.81, but this is gonna force a lot of shorts to lose a lot of money. What else is it gonna do? Well, above the bond price, the hedging activity, above this, that's going to cause possible conversion. Above this, going to cause the same thing. Same thing. So we might have, and again, like I said, if I get something wrong on the live stream, I apologize, I will clear it up. But we might have what is at most on the same side against short sellers. We might have just built the nastiest trap that we could have possibly seen be built. We have 440 members in here. Shout out to everybody joining. Yo, what up, Lotto? Big D, what up, bro? Glenn, what's up, dog? Nightmares here. Matthew's here. I appreciate everybody hopping in, guys. Yeah, if Roaring Kitty tweets, that would be beautiful. Nice to see you live streaming. I appreciate it. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. I'll double check real quick. You're like Roaring Kitty blowing off the dust right now on this live back. Gonna tell people you're Roaring Kitten. I don't know if that's a compliment or like a diss, but I appreciate it. Nice to see you on live streaming. Where will GameStop's price stand by tomorrow? So a lot of people are asking what GameStop's price will be tomorrow. Let me see. I want to know. Share. Time consider the shake price. Video. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of questions except what GameStop is gonna trade at tomorrow, or when Moon. Yeah, guys, there was 450 people in here. Make sure that there's 450 likes on the live. Push the video out to more people in the algorithm. Oh, my eyes are burning. I will be making a video at some point, maybe tonight, but let's just take a look at the Twitter feed real quick. If FINRA numbers are correct, short sellers are on the hook for 6.7 million warrants. If the float is 3x sold short, then they're on the hook for 122 million warrants. Yeah, it's a lot of money. What's 122 million times 32? Someone do that math. Times $32. It's a lot of money. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Roaring Kitty's warrants. He's about to get a lot of warrants. Also, you know, this, I mean, you know, you could probably go up on ChatGPT and figure it out, but this is probably going to do some sort of like share audit, right? I assume, like figure out how many shares are actually here, are actually sold short or something. There's got to be some sort of calculation going on. All I know is there's some sort of trap set up. We kind of figured out that trap. Kind of. We figured out some of the dynamics of it. I think I had a different chart here. Find a specific chart really quick. Jump on the 4-hour. Yeah, I mean, this is a nice price move so far. Obviously, we wanted to see more out of the earnings. This isn't the chart that I wanted, though. Here it is. Okay, so let's see what GameStop did. 4-hour chart. We are building a 4-hour candle perfectly on this descending resistance. This makes way for, well, at least for the most part, we could fake out into the morning, but this makes way for a move up tomorrow or the rest of the week or in the near future up to about $25.40. Following that, we do have other resistance, 27 something, 31. Now, interestingly enough, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if we were to squeeze, where's the path? Oh, that's not what I wanted. If we were to even move up from here, you're going to hit resistance around 31 or so. Interestingly enough, right? And then we have that price at 32 with the warrants. Now, guys, keep in mind, not all of us, we're not going to be able to wrap our head around this immediately. But, you know, we can speculate that right now it's good news. Hey, Lotto, did you see CWD today? I did not. You got in at 350. I assume you made money, bro. Yeah, guys, can somebody confirm? Because from what I know, GameStop's not doing a broadcast tonight. Or maybe I'm tripping. Is GameStop doing our earnings today? Oh, yeah, plus Gamma Ramp. Yeah. Shout out Daniel. Smokey TV, you just hopped in. Basically, for the dividend, if you have 100 shares, you're going to get 10 warrants for those shares that are only exercisable if the price gets above $32. Now, those warrants are going to trade under a different ticker, GMEWS, I believe. Don't quote me. Don't get buying and selling the warrants confused with exercising the warrants. Let's see. You think Kitty tweets at 10 p.m. tonight? I don't know. That's a long shot. If we see 1.9 billion question, are they borrowing? Are they borrowing against Nvidia to keep their short position? That's a complex question. It's a theory. What I'd say is we've seen capital reallocation during the 2021 move from the S&P 500 into GameStop. So you could say yes, but maybe not directly. Why does it kind of feel like Ape 2.0? No, not Ape 2.0. Absolutely not. Ape 2.0, Ape was just a straight up scam. I'm sorry for all the AMC lovers. Listen, I haven't sold AMC either since 2021. I'm sorry, but the Ape bullshit was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Shareholders declined dilution, and then we saw some sneaky sneaky snake shit happen with ape, and that is not the same as this, not at all. Is this the flip? Possibly. I mean, all of the tin that we've been going over the couple of days, we didn't call for a 1% move up, but we called for something big to happen. And it seems like we got it in the news. I mean, again, we didn't go over everything in extreme detail, but guys, if you're not in the Discord server, pop in. I'll try to link it in the description or in the comment section for people to actually join it. There's 460 members in here in the video right now on the live stream. If 460 of you aren't in the Discord, join in. And if you have any questions about it, now's your time to ask since we're on the live. Let me see. Let me get back to the live here. Ape was trash. Yeah, Ape was awful. Oh, okay, I can't put that. Wait. Oh, that's not what I meant to copy. What the heck? All right, whatever. Just leave that linked. All right, I just pinned a comment. That's for the Discord as well as the custom indicator if you want. Can you go live on AMC earnings in December? I can try. I can try, bro. It's a 59 million share dilution, nothing more. No, that's wrong, actually. Why is AMC cost to borrow not spiking with little shares left to borrow? Oh, eyes are getting cooked right now. I mean, AMC shares, cost to borrow not rising because even when there's little shares left to borrow is because they're just going to deliver more. They're just going to deliver more, and it's just going to be reported on those third parties. I assume you're looking at like Chart Exchange or something. That happens every single week. Yeah, guys. Overall, I mean, I think this was a smash out earnings. I think it was very interesting. I think that if you were to ask me, was this bullish for a short squeeze? Right, because that's what most of us want here. We just want that short squeeze to happen. I would say yes. Reason being is because even if we assumed nothing happened, you know, there is a cycle at play. There is a cycle at play. I'll say that, right? Nothing really happened during this May period, except, and again, the cycle is different than AMC's cycle, so don't get that mixed up because AMC's chart has just been crumbled into the floor. You can see that right here, right? Completely different cycle, but similar patterns. We had the carry trade unwind back in 2024. Then we had Roaring Kitty back. We had that May move. And since then, if we didn't have like these bond offerings or the warrants being issued, we're just going to be pinned in this segment of, you know, years and years and years and years of waiting. But now we have at least some sort of set dynamics where, hey, bondholders, you can't convert until X price, but you also get these warrants at X price and all this other stuff. I would say it's bullish. I think it does more harm to shorts than good, if I had to state. So, guys, if you're new to the live, you should rewind the video because it gets very interesting when you read into the warrant distribution that GameStop put out. Mike Carroll, what is the difference between exercise and trading? So the warrants, I believe, are going to trade under GME, WS, or something along the lines of that. And they're people are going to be able to own the warrants. They're not likely to go above $32 when they're trading. And that's because they're only convertible for 32 or at $32 a share for a GameStop. So if GameStop's at $50 a share or so, and you want to convert your warrant at $32 a share, well then, you have that $18 profit from the share once you convert. When the warrants open up trading GMEWS, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to work, but I assume that they're going to trade maybe $5, maybe $10 a warrant, maybe $20 a warrant, maybe, I don't know, $25, $29 a warrant, right? Something along the lines of that. I can't wrap my head around if the warrants are going to be valued higher than 32 or why they would be valued higher than 32. I guess in the sense that if GameStop's at $50, but you see the warrant market is trading at $45, you can still profit $5 from the difference by buying the warrant and then exercising the warrant, right? So the warrants will essentially have a possibly a higher percentage gain based off of what they're trading at. But again, you have to remember they're only going to be convertible at that $32 level. Let me see here. If that doesn't clear it up, I mean, it's a complex situation. What I would say as a shareholder, not financial advice, I don't give financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor. What I would say as a shareholder is probably just hold my warrants. And if we get in this box somewhere, and I would be updating it on the channel, if we got in this box somewhere and things were getting fishy, I saw volatility dampen a little bit, and we were coming up on that 20 to 30 day trading range of the convertible bond hedging activity, I would probably want to, convert my warrants into shares. Not necessarily to sell them, but, just in case, right? Just in case. But I'm honestly super curious to see what happens in the price action for when we get into this range of trading. I'm super curious. Really want to know what happens here. The last times we were in the trading range, we obviously got something that they couldn't control. Second time, something that they couldn't control. Always when it gets into this trading range. And then right here we broke higher, but they pinned it back down. Remember that. Right here they didn't want to let it go out. They pinned it back down. Now we're getting that blip again. I'm just excited to see what happens when we enter this zone ultimately. Again, guys, 450 people in here. There should be 450 likes. There's only 190. There also should be an extra 450 people in the Discord server. This makes it a beautiful time to show you guys around, where we talk stocks and crypto all day long. We have great humor in here, posting a little bit of GIFs and some charts. We have a charts only tab, short squeeze channel, analyst upgrades and downgrades, market news as soon as it comes out, dark pool activity, insider trades, option sweeps, high success trade flow, my positions down here. We post gains, post losses. If you want to talk politics or off topic, you go into those channels. We have breakout trade alerts, all that good stuff. Definitely worth the value you get out of it. So again, everybody in the chat should pop in the Discord server. Again, I have to look into this and confirm everything right now before I make a video. What I said in the live is me evaluating it with you guys. Obviously, I read into it a little bit after it came out, but again, maybe something's off, maybe something's wrong, maybe my outlook's wrong, maybe I end up being bearish, but as of right now, that's just not what I see. Right now, I see this as extremely bullish. And as far as Roaring Kitty coming back, if there was a time, I feel like it would be now. Also, nothing's really in effect yet, right? So don't expect a huge move tomorrow, guys, because when it's in effect is October. October 7th. Tuesday, October 7th is when things come into effect here. Let's see, which is still right around the corner. All right, still right around the corner, guys. You know, if they, let me think of this. Let me think of this really quick. This is an interesting thing to think about, right? Because we do have about a month. All of the rallies haven't lasted a month. May 3rd to May 23rd. About 20 days to run. Same goes for the January squeeze. I don't even have to measure that one. 20 days to run 650%. We have 20 days to do the same or more. Now, this is where it gets interesting that I didn't think about. Why wait till October 7th? If I was a short, I'd want to get the fuck out of here. I don't know why I would want to sit in this crazy ass dynamic. Plus, it's not just shorts. Brokers are going to be, shuffling around too, because they're like, what the fuck's going on, right? We need to deliver warrants over here. You guys need shares. You don't have shares. Well, then we don't have the shares either. And, what the fuck? So this is going to be an interesting dynamic. Maybe we squeeze prior to this and head up to that level right at this crosshair that we were talking about, right around $52. That would bring AMC to 7. Simply move, basket move, right? Or maybe even higher. Overall, again, I'm just talking out of my ass right now, trying to just think about some theories. I'm gonna check chat really quick because it's been a little bit. Rate cut play into any role? Yeah. The rate cut situation is complicated. If you're asking if it's bullish or bearish, well, there's a lot of we'll just say possible recession indicators firing off, and it's not. Is the rate cut a good thing? Well, why are they doing it? Here's what I'll say. It's a good thing because retail doesn't know any better, and we might see a potential flash in liquidity. Yeah, it's probably good for risk on assets. More so good for this squeeze, if that's what you're asking, I would say. Yeah. No, the sneakerhead, they're not going to take away value because it's not saying anyone's going to sell or anything like that. Let's see. Plus, they're also guaranteeing a higher price. At least they're not issuing warrants at $23, $24 where we're at right now, right? They're saying, listen, man, you guys get these warrants at 32. Well, you get the warrants, but you can't sell them until 32. We don't want downward pressure on the stock. We just want to raise capital without being crazy dilutive. And even then, we don't have to be dilutive because the shares aren't just dropping on the open market. They're just being put into your account. The way I see it is you all got some free money from GameStop potentially. But that's really not what it's about. No one really cares about the extra 1 share for every 10 that they get. What it's about is the bondholders who are also getting these. And the amount of money that big money is going to make. And that's really what it's always about. This is pinning big money on big money. And it's a beautiful playbook. As of right now, it's the way I see it, it's a beautiful playbook that I haven't seen before. So I like it. I think this is very interesting. Strike 6, don't press it. I don't care. Sorry. Roaring Kitty appear. Yeah, I agree. If Roaring Kitty appears tonight, if there was a chance he appears tonight, it's gonna be at 8 p.m. I agree. Or noon tomorrow, right? If that happens, I'm not saying so. What's October 7th? That is when the warrants will be issued into your accounts, I believe. And then October 30th, 2026 is when they expire. Yeah, exciting times, definitely exciting. No, they didn't do a bond offering this meeting. Institutions loading up on AMC and GameStop lately. Does that mean anything? Yeah, I mean, could mean a plethora of different things. I mean, the question is, who owns shares, right? Who really owns the shares? I mean, if they're not DRS, no one really knows who has the shares in their hands. But I can't believe. I mean, this is just great news. I also can't believe that 470 of you guys are just listening to me ramble. I'm gonna try to make a video on this, updated video, maybe tonight, maybe not. But I do have everything open that I want to talk about. But for the people who joined the live stream, you guys don't necessarily have to watch it, but I might throw something in there that wasn't in the live that I double check or something along the lines of that. So make sure to tune in for that. But I do appreciate you guys hopping in. I don't want to spend all night on here. It was fun. I haven't been live in a while. If you guys want more live streams, just let me know. Yeah, that's basically it. Appreciate you guys all for hopping in. Make sure to join the Discord server and all that good stuff. Did you see Octo today? Wasn't that yesterday? No way Octo move again today, because I made a video on Octo. I'm pretty positive you mean yesterday. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yesterday Octo was disgusting. Disgusting. Actually, who said that? Mike Angel, yeah. Fucking Octo yesterday was up like 3,000%. And then I alerted it to Discord and threw a K in it, and then it ran like 6,000%. This one was nuts. And you know, a lot of these holding companies have been rallying. There's a lot that there's just way too much to unpack. Yeah, they're, you know, turning into a Bitcoin treasury or whatever, and they got some funding or whatever that. But reality, Citadel was tied into this somewhere. They had about 2% of holdings before this even happened, the largest market maker. Then you have a lot of these holdings companies like HKD as well that just pump at very odd times. You correlate these with bond movements, possible swaps, right? It's just too odd to say that this is the news that came out that caused the stock to jump 6,000%. But overall, it was fun. It was definitely fun watching it. Nuburu, everyone's been talking about that. I really haven't looked at that ticker one time. Literally have not looked at that ticker. Oh, but yeah, guys, my eyes are burning. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, maybe come back and make a video, if so, tonight. I appreciate you all hopping in. Honestly, shout out to you guys, because I haven't live streamed in such a long time, and almost 500 of you guys came and popped in. So I really appreciate it. Just shows how much backing we have on this channel. I couldn't do these videos and all this without you guys, so I really appreciate it. Does open stock still have room for upside? Yeah, I do believe so. But you got to be very careful. There's things happening with rates, and these real estate companies are getting pumps right now, but the company's still losing money. Got to be very careful in open door. But that is it, guys. I'm going to cut the stream there. I love you all, truly, and I appreciate all the support that you guys show. That is it. And I'll be reading the goodbye comments as you guys leave, so feel free to keep commenting as I end the stream. I'll be reading them once I cut it. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Lottery sucks out.